This hasn't happened in 35 years, amigos. 35 years. Check this. This is a big deal. And watch this. We're going to go to the Japanese Nikkei. All right. You can see the last time the Nikkei was this high, over 39,000, was in 1990. Right there. 1989. Look at that. 1989. It just breached where it was 35 years ago. But stocks always go up, Josh. Look. Not in Japan. Had a guy email me, or not email, I posted on my second channel, the Josh Scanlon YouTube channel, and I posted the case against stocks, and that stocks are not always less risky for the long run. They're just not. And a guy who's, he used to be a fan, and now he just doesn't like me because I don't hate reverse mortgages. It's weird, but whatever. He says, and he challenged me, but he didn't actually challenge the data. He just says, this is full of misinformation. I say, all right, well, what's the misinformation? The idea that stocks always go up is historically in the U.S. that is true. And this is one of the things I argue against when people say we're at all-time highs. I said we've always been at all-time highs, dude. 1980 we're at all-time highs. 1990 we're at all-time highs. 2000 we're at all-time highs. Being at all-time high does not make the stock market over aggressive. It doesn't. It just doesn't mean anything because that's the whole point. The stock market is biased to go up. If it wasn't biased to go up, then there'd be no one investing in stocks. They'd invest in fixed income. So it has an upwards bias inherently. That's just, it has to be like that because the downside risk is you lose all your money. Or at fixed income, there is no downside risk other than the company goes bankrupt. If it's government bonds, it's not happening. All right, so there's no upside other than the interest that you're getting. Stocks give you unlimited upside with limited downside. The limited downside is zero. That doesn't happen in bonds unless there's a corporate bond that could go bankrupt, which very few do, but it could. Anyway, so the argument that stocks always go up has always just drove me crazy because in the United States, it has and does are two completely different things. Does implies a future event. Has is the past. And then we just look at Japan. Japan was do you not remember how knee deep Japan was in terms of it was an economic boom? Back in the late 80s and early 90s. Do you not remember the protest about UAW guys on freaking Japanese cars with their sledgehammers? Do you not remember this? Many of you don't because you're rookies. I get it. But us old guys, you whippersnappers were the old men, the elders have some knowledge of this. It wasn't like Japanese was a freaking third world country in the late 80s. And then look what happened. The stocks didn't go up until 35 years later. Now you can make an argument, but Josh, look at right here, 2009, right there, 2009 till 2024. And what's that? So from 2009 to 2024 is gone from basically 8,000. We'll just say for simplicity, 42,000. No, 40,000. So that's so 8 to 60. That's what 2.5 times, 250% increase in how many years is that? 15 years, 250%. I don't know what year was that, but roughly a 15% rate of return, something like that. Anyway, so you can see right there. But what if this was you instead? And we can actually go over here to my man Daniel Coolbert stuff, and we can type in the Nikkei. All right, so we're going to we're going to use the Japanese Nikkei. I'm working on some stuff here, so bear with me just while I change this out just a little bit. Oh man, I can't see that. Why is this a little small? Dan Coolbert, knucklehead. So we're going to look at the Nikkei. I love Dan Coolbert. I'm just giving him a hard time. Go to 1989, and we're going to take 40,000 a year out of a portfolio, and we're going to adjust that for inflation. We'll see how long that lasts. That lasted 12 years. 12 years. So you're taking 40,000, adjusting it for inflation. That's starting in 1989. What if you start in 1990? 1990 when the markets were just getting crushed. But these stocks always go up. Yeah, always go up, and that lasted 10 years. 10 years, man. What if you started in 1950? 1950. If you started in 1950, look at that. 63%, 119%, 12. Oh, look at that. You're freaking crushing if you started in 1950. So, look at that. So you had $1 million. You took 40,000 a year out, adjusted for inflation, 1950. By the time 1990 rolled around, you had, but we'll just use this for example. By the time 1990 rolled around, you had $148 million. No, $243 million at the beginning of 1990. Yeah, and then you proceeded to go all the way down to right there, $48 million. But you didn't. That's not you. That didn't happen. You didn't do that because no one's investing in Japan in 1950. But people were investing in Japan in 1990 because they thought it was, the freaking cat's meow. And you're screwed at that point. You're screwed, dude. Look at that. You're done. You're done for. And that's just at a 4% withdrawal rate. Look at that. You're done for. And here, inflation's not even that bad. 5.4, 4.2. So it's not like inflation got you. It's just the markets got crushed. What if you did $20,000? But the stocks always go up. You ran out of money in year 14. Just at $20,000. There's no escape. There is no escape. You're screwed. I mean, so why that can't happen here? Why? And I'm not saying it's God no clue. You don't have any. The whole point is no one has any idea. But the idea that this always happens, implication, future tense as opposed to it happened. So yes, the Japanese stocks did make it back to where they start off in 1980, 1990, excuse me. But guess what? Your portfolio did not. It did not. But a reverse mortgage is horrible. Yeah, I tell you what, those Japanese people lost all the money would say, man, a reverse mortgage looks pretty good. Should have got it in 1990 before the real estate crash, before the market crashed. This hasn't happened in 35 years. Is it going to happen again? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Now, on the other hand, you can see right here, if we started in, 2000, let's see, go back to right here. When did the market start? Right here, we'll just say 2008. We'll go back to 2008, Daniel Kuhlbert's bucket strategy. Daniel Foolibert, get it? Foolibert. We're going to 2008. We're going to take 100,000 a year off, and I have no clue this is going to work. 100,000 a year off on $1 million strategy, and our money lasted. Oh, because 2000, we got to start in 2009 right there because we got down 42% in 2008. We're going to start in 2009 right there. Yeah, we still got money. We took 10% a year off starting in. Now we're gonna run out of money this year, so never mind. That's not gonna work because we're adjusting for inflation. Let's just do 60,000, shall we? Yes, we shall, because I control the stuff. Yeah, we still got 1.4 million taking 60,000 a year if we started in 2009. So we're gonna be fine, adjusting for inflation. Anyway, just stop this insanity of like the market always goes up. It might, but you might be out of money before the market recuperates. What was it, Keynes or Buffett or somebody said, maybe it's Dodd, Ben Graham Dodd was that guy's name, Dodd, Daniel Dodd, Chris Dodd. He says, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Never forget that. All right, God bless. Don't forget to smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. Smash. All right, we'll see you.